Lockdown destroying businesses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to have a look at this article from the ABC. It's discussing, businesses face lengthy delays for callbacks from the New South Wales COVID-19 financial helpline. Now, the concern here is Queensland has just announced, I think, this financial support for businesses, and I haven't really looked into it, to be honest. I probably should, but what I'm seeing in the chat and from comments is that it's not even going to be enough to pay their rent. It depends on the scale of your business. It really does. But it's all well and good to announce it, but if it's a nightmare to even get it, and this is why we need to make sure people are aware that this is part of the price that we're paying for these strict government interventions into the economy. Okay? That's it. That's the price that we're paying. And they're businesses that are probably going to be destroyed, and no amount of money can make it come back. And they're businesses that probably could have managed the risk adequately, but that's not even being considered anymore. They're probably too concerned. So businesses face lengthy delays for callbacks. 5 weeks into the Greater Sydney lockdown, chiropractor Human Zahadi is having trouble sleeping as clients vanish from his once thriving clinic in Sydney CBD. Business in his CBD practice is down almost 80%, and Mr. Zahadi faces another 4 weeks of lockdown. See, this is why I'm really happy. A few years ago, we just scaled our entire business back. I don't have any staff. I don't have a premises anymore. We're just doing it from home, because these are all costs that don't disappear. And okay, chiropractor, he's not going to have it as tough as a cafe owner or a restaurateur or someone who thought they could open this weekend, ordered a whole lot of food and it's all gone, or a catering business. You can walk down George Street with your eyes shut and nothing would hit you, he said. With a monthly rent of $12,000 due, he's been desperately calling the New South Wales government's financial support hotline. I've called them at least 3 or 4 times a day, and you can't even get through, he said. There's just an answering machine saying, we're full at the moment, please call again later. He also tried the New South Wales government's business concierge service, which takes contact details and promises a staff member will call back. It's been about 7 or 8 days since I've done that, and I haven't got a call back yet, he said. Well, mate, you're just not going to pay the rent, and just tell your landlord circumstances beyond your control and negotiate it with them. You're going to have to do that. And if they want to play hardball, then you're going to have to play hardball. I guess talk to a lawyer. That's what I'd recommend. But honestly, a decent landlord should have a bit of flexibility when it comes to this type of thing. Seriously. He said he was disappointed with the New South Wales Premier, Barris Berejiklian's repeated assurances that businesses will be supported. On the news, they talk about how everyone is going to be looked after and businesses shouldn't worry about the lockdown and what will happen. Well, it's not the case. The New South Wales government on Wednesday expanded its JobSaver program, which provides weekly payments for businesses suffering a downturn of 30% or more. The threshold for eligible businesses will lift from $50 million to $250 million. Treasurer Dominic Periotti said that would double the number of eligible businesses to 460,000. The maximum weekly payment to a business will increase from $10,000 to $100,000. It's estimated the program will cost $650 million per week. But Mr. Zahidi said delays in processing applications have left businesses with nowhere to go. I can see a lot of frustration building all around, he said. Yeah, this should be tough. Speech pathologist Kim Lockley has just signed a 3-year lease on a premises when the lockdown hit. Now, see, this is the thing. Speech pathology you could do remotely, couldn't you? Her business in the Sutherland Shire employs 2 other staff and specializes in working with young children with disabilities. Yeah, we have a speech pathologist that visits Edward. It's actually quite important with regards to eating at that early age. Delivering services via video isn't appropriate for most of them, she said. It means her income has dried up, leaving her in what she describes as a limbo period. Most of the small business owners I know just don't have the buffers for 2 months with no income, she said. That's the challenge in small business. That's the real scary thing if they implement negative interest rates. This is what we heard from business owners over in Europe. They were sending me, messages from the bank how they're getting charged a negative interest rate on their business account, but that's thousands of dollars of money that just disappears for nothing, and you need to carry a buffer. But 2 months with no income, that's a bit tough. Okay, here's the problem. She switched from being a sole trader to a company a year ago. She is concerned that this means she may not meet the eligibility criteria for the Job Saver program. I can't compare to 2 years ago with that same business structure, she said. After many hours on hold, she finally managed to get through to the business helpline. She was told there are lots of applications and someone will get back to you, and that hasn't happened, she said. She may need to fire her staff. You may need to cut them. That's the sad reality of this mess. Businesses are going to be destroyed. She's received no financial help so far. It's frustrating to see the messaging around the support that's been provided. That's not what it feels like on the ground. The mother of 3 said it has taken a toll on her mental health. Trying to be positive and give the children the stability they need is really hard when I'm constantly Googling and trying to be on top of what's happening. You need to just develop a stoic mindset and just go with it. That's the only way. There's certain things completely beyond your control, and there's no point really stressing about it. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the secrets to having a happy, calm life in a chaotic world. That and drinking copious amounts of coffee in half-litre steins. Fari Salivesky's martial arts studio in Liverpool in southwest Sydney has been closed since the end of June. He called the government's business helpline a fortnight ago, but is still waiting to hear back. I have received an email saying that I will get a call, but there's been no call to date, he said. A lot of things are crazy. I'm just probably another business that is lost in the whole madness. Yeah, that's the thing here. There are going to be so many businesses that are completely screwed and in trouble. With no financial support from the government so far, he's been surviving on his own savings. Bills keep on coming. Bills do not stop even when the business is closed. He has been left frustrated by the Premier's reassurances about support for businesses. It was a very nice speech, but it's just blowing in the wind. I think we need a little more than words right now. The problem is there'll be so many. Imagine the logistics of this. A spokesperson for Services New South Wales said there had been unprecedented call volumes for COVID-19 support assistance, and that 424 more staff were being trained to cope with demand. Services New South Wales apologises for any inconvenience caused, the spokesperson said. The New South Wales government is committing to getting timely and targeted support to those who need it most during the pandemic. This is why I think they just rolled out the JobKeeper as they did at the beginning, and it was such so much dodginess there, so many people getting it that probably didn't need it, so many people getting paid a lot more. They just wanted it out there and in the hands of the people to avoid this. And it's also to avoid huge queues appearing at Centrelink. Because that's what JobKeeper was, guys. It was the businesses taking the role of the social welfare program, taking the step and then maintaining that relationship. So there you go, guys. What's the solution to this? It's just going to be tough for these businesses. Keep the pressure on. Try and contact. Support businesses where you can, but some of them it's going to be impossible. You can't go to a chiropractor, can you? You can't go to a martial arts studio. Speech pathologist, I thought they'd be doing door-to-door NDIS. That's what I'd be thinking. You need to look at how, as a business owner, how you can diversify and how you can cut your costs. And that may mean letting people go. As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. What advice or suggestions would you give to the people in this article? As always, if you're a fan of the content I find here and you enjoy the channel, support us by liking or sharing. If you also want to help the channel grow, you can support us financially by joining us on YouTube or Patreon, signing up for SelfWealth or Stake, using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband, buying our merch from HeiseSays, using Gold Pass from Perth Mint, or supporting us via PayPal. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.